So if you watched my last video, you probably noticed how dirty my car was. Yeah, before getting started with what I want to do today, not so much for how it looks, but because I'm going to be doing stuff in here, I thought I might as well clean it. So I got the back part vacuumed out. I'm just gonna finish vacuuming up the seat areas, and then I'll tell you what I have in store. Yeah, found a few bottles under the seat, mostly water. Muscle Milks, I like these too. 0 sugar. Anyway, but I got the car cleaned out. I vacuumed up the front. Yeah, you don't really need to see that. Trust me, it's better than it was. And I think it's clean enough that I might consider like sleeping in it tonight, which is what I was going to tell you, is I'm gonna see about putting in a temporary platform, not just some scraps of wood this time, but actually put something together that might function for a short-term trip. I have no idea how I'm going to build this other than, you know, the plywood on 2x4s thing that I did in the last video that you saw last week. So, you know, I'm just going to piece it together as I go, inspired by some of the best, I will say, to go forward without a plan. So that's the plan. Oh, by the way, no Subaru car camping video would be complete without talking about this. Right now I've just got a bag full of some personal effects, like toiletries, toothbrush kind of stuff that I like to have close by. I've hooked it up to a carabiner, which, as you can see, is through the latch for the tailgate. The reason for that is when you put this carabiner in here and latch it, it tricks the car into thinking that the tailgate is closed and the dome light inside goes out. If you don't do that, you leave your tailgate open all day and you're running your light inside, and before you know it, you might have trouble starting your car. So that's what this is about. So here's what I'm thinking. I got a couple of pieces of scrap plywood. This is the one that's the right length to go to the back. It's what I was testing it out with last time, but it's a little narrow. I don't think it's going to work out for me. So what I'm thinking about doing is making this into 3 pieces. I'll have this be the main part in the back. I'll cut this down. It's 43 inches between the wheel well, so I'll cut it down to 43 inches, just one cut, and that should fit in the back. I'll have that propped up on some 2x4s or what have you, and then there'll be another piece that extends from that piece forward to the back of the front seat. Anyway, that's my working semblance of a plan so far, and all I've got to lose is some scraps of plywood, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that first one down to where I think it needs to be and see if it fits. Let's have a look at that. Take my busted ass tape measure and what did I say? 43 inches. Measure twice, cut once. 43 from that side. And all my crap in the way. 43 from this side. Pretty damn sure it was 43. This straight edge can't actually be trusted. Never on. So that's why I make lines at both sides. All right. Hold your ears. That's a not straight cut if I ever saw one. All right. Get some of the dust off of this. You can see how awful my cut is. Nice, huh? All right. Well, I didn't need to show you that. You probably heard it. It doesn't fit. We'll trim it. I don't need no stinking lines. That cuts straighter than the first one. So it's 42 3/4. Who cares? It's gonna fit. It actually doesn't quite fit because there's these little, you can't really see it because of the shadow, but there's these little, yeah, you can see it. There's a little kind of hump in there. But once I put the 2x4s underneath, that'll clear that just fine. No problem. So now the trick is going to be for me to figure out like exactly where I want these 2x4s. And, one idea I had was to have a long one at that end that maybe has a hinge and get all fancy. I don't know how fancy I want to get. I just want it to like not rattle around. Yeah, I got to figure out where the pieces go here. I'm pretty sure that on their edge, they're going to be tall enough to clear that little hump thing that I showed you, that little ridge that's in there. That works. That works. And I just got to think about, do I want to be able to store stuff under there? Maybe have this going through the middle so I can slide some things under. If so, what? I want a size for that. Do I want to think about that? What might I put under there that's flat? Maybe my folding tables or those little floor mat tiles if I'm hauling those along. But yeah, I mean, this seems to make sense. Maybe the next step is to think about how it's going to continue forward. And one of my considerations was I'd like to be able to maybe have an option of putting one side of the seat up. It's not very critical, but it was just a thought. Well, let me see what I get out of the next piece of wood. Not much. I might have to scrounge for more lumber. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Check it out. I found 3 more pieces of lumber, 3 different sizes. So have a look at this. I've got that piece that was only 20 inches wide in there. Right now it was 48 inches long, so it's the perfect length to give me exactly 6 feet behind this 24-inch wide piece. So this piece goes all the way across the back, and then I've got that one that goes all the way to the back of the front seat, giving me 6 feet. But it doesn't quite go all the way across. I don't know if you can see that, but it doesn't all go all the way across to fill that gap there. So I think I'm going to do is take the last piece that I have and cut it so that it covers this other side and then just goes forward a little bit. I want to make it so that the front seat stays unmoved. So I got to get creative with probably 2 cuts here. I'm going to figure that out. 48. But then it's going to change to being, I want to say that's 36. Maybe 35, 36. It's hard to tell with this broken tape measure. 36. All right, so it's 36 is the shorter length, and if I make that 5.5, the part that goes out 48 will extend over this. That'll work. So write those down for me. You got that? 36 and 5.5. So I'm looking at this other piece of 3/4 inch that I have that it's not quite 48 inches long. It's only about, I think it's 44, 42. But it being 6 inches shorter, it still reaches over to that center console thing that I need it to rest on. And the fact that it's not quite as long as the other one, I don't think I'm going to miss that. It's going to be structurally all the same. So as opposed to cutting this larger piece, I'd rather save it. I mean, this is sort of the scrap version, the test project for this platform. So I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this one as opposed to the bigger one. And so it's not 48, it's only 42. Won't make it quite all the way to the seat, but it'll still rest on that thing. And I don't think I'm going to miss it once all the stuff's in, especially if I make that the foot end, which I think I'll be happier having my feet at that end. So yeah, I'm going to try that. I'll have to cut this one down to, what was it again? You don't remember? I do. It was 36. 36, yeah. Yeah. This is the part we get rid of. And keep this. Okay. I gotta cut here and here. I get you. Guess I'll attack it from the other side. Now I'm only going to there. Stop me when I get to there. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut out the last little bit with a handsaw. Really need not be pretty nor perfect. I'll go get the handsaw. All right. Been in the shop a while. It's kind of dirty, but it's going to work. Okay, so here's this piece here. Yeah, I need some supports underneath, but yeah, that's kind of the idea. Check this out. Pretty close. Of course, you never know if the car is actually level, but you know, going across those two pieces of wood, it's looking good. I think this is flat enough. And the way I propped it up in the middle, you can see that it's pretty flush here. Now, even though this is 1/2 inch and this is 3/4 inch, but what I did was figured out a way underneath to a combination of a 2x6 up on a lip there behind those seats and a 2x4 under it on its side. And sure enough, that's close enough. So I'm going with that. I'm going to start screwing the pieces together underneath to make that base plate and screwing some of these 2x4s onto the plywood for feet. And I think in a very short time, this is going to be done. I'm thinking of placing the 2x4s kind of staggered like this, a little bit off to one side underneath the one that's going to go, you know, port to starboard here, which I have removed right now to show you how I've got my folding tables under here. And so that would pop right out by just lifting it up. And I've got some tarps under there, which obviously once the plywood's on there would press down and fit under there, no problem. I've got two 8x8 under there, and or 8x10s, whatever they are. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. And I'll just screw the plywood down on that, and then you'll be able to pick it up to get what's underneath. All I have is 1.5 inch screws, which probably bigger than I need, but it's all that I have, and I have a lot of them. So I guess that's what I'm using. Didn't hear last time. Oh, I got this stuff here. Oh, it's all good. Okay. Where's this guy? There. Okay, that's flush. It's in there. It caught. Get one at this end. Watch this battery run out on me halfway through this. I used to have two, but one of them stopped working. So when this one quits, it's break time. Yep. Another one right there. There we go. All right, this side. All right. That's going to be all right. Now let me investigate the thing underneath here. You know, something else would be good to know. Hold on a second. Can I get this thing out of here now that it's got the 2x4s on it? Let's find out. Yeah, I can get it out. All right, now I have to get it out. Take this other crap out. Use what you got. Skilled carpenter I am not. This is one of those, if I can do it, anybody can do it videos. This is proof positive. Okay, that's gonna work. Okay, now those two are nailed together. It's always something. I almost cut myself, but I didn't. All right, well, let me take care of that. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave this like a friend of ours does. All right, that's in there. And that's in there. And now that's in there. Now, diagonally. Okay, I can stretch fully out diagonally. Not much headroom, but okay, it's an Impreza. I think this is the best I can hope for. We're gonna try it. Okay. Hey, and just a reminder about this trick, you know, with the latch in there. I put this red bag on there to remind me so that like I don't try closing the door while that's in there, because that would be bad. And obviously the way you release it is as if you're opening the door. Okay. So I've got the bed in place. I'm in the tent. The SUV tent is still standing. I've hooked back up to it. And I've got my 1-inch foam, my thermarest, and my sleeping bag. The vehicle seems to be on somewhat of a slope now. When I've pulled in here, I found that side is actually just a little bit higher than this side. I think I'm gonna have to be flexible about which end is, you know, which end is up when I'm sleeping in here. But so this time I guess I'm gonna have my head at that end. which is probably okay because I'm going to have those screens in the windows, but I haven't put the screens in the windows yet because, believe it or not, I'm going to have to unhook this and go pick up a friend and give her a ride. So I have to unhook my car and then hook it back up again before I camp. But that's okay because, you know, unhooking it and rehooking it is good practice to get quicker and better at it. So I will close it back up, unhook it, go get her, and then hook it back up. And then it'll be dark out by then, but we'll pick up sort of where we left off. All right. But first, you know, let me climb in here and see how it works out. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put that carabiner in there and the lights on. All right. Tuck that up there. Lights going off. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna work. I can't sit up in here, not even close, but I can lay down comfortably. I think I have enough padding. It's level enough. So after I unhook it, leave and come back and rehook it, I will be back to camp out tonight in my new SUV tent that's been sitting in my driveway for 1 week since I set it up for the last video. So see you then. Hey, it's been a long day, but I'm out here once again with the car hooked up to the SUV tent, and I've got my bed all packed in and ready. I went with extra layers this time, so check it out. On top of the plywood foundation, I've got a doubled over quilted moving blanket and a 1-inch piece of foam and another foam mattress from a Coleman cot and my thermarest and my sleeping bag. So I haven't brought down my favorite pillow yet, but that's all that's really lacking here for me to go ahead and spend the night in the car. So even though I'm just in the driveway, this is going to be a first test for car camping for me. And I'll let you know how it goes in the next one because we're out of time. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And see you next time. Good morning, Zoe. Hello, sweet girl. Hello, sweet girl. Are you awake? Good morning. Good morning. How did you sleep this morning? Did you sleep okay? Good morning, sweet girl. Good morning.